Well, good morning, church, and welcome to the musing. My name's Dave, and I'm so glad to have you visit. I pray that you find something here that is both interesting and helpful. When Christians today want to refer to a particular passage of Scripture, we cite chapter and verse. We say John 3:16 or 1 Corinthians 13. This is a very precise system, easy to use. But it's also relatively recent. The Bible wasn't divided into chapters until the year 1205, and verse numbers weren't added until the middle of the 16th century. Prior to this, sections of Scripture would be referenced by quoting the first line. For example, to point out a particular psalm, you would say, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And your listeners would know what came next. They would know the context of the psalm. Now, I would like to believe that contemporary Christians know their Bibles well enough that we could use that old system too. But I'm afraid it's best that we use the new one. But knowing all this means that when we come across a voice in the New Testament quoting the Old Testament, we should not just glide over it. We should look it up and find out what's in it. That's how the original hearers would have experienced the event. They would have applied the context of the quoted part to their understanding of what they were hearing. And one of the most important places in which that occurs is recounted in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 46, where it says, "And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani." That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? Now, in the moment in which Christ took on our sin, God the Father withdrew from him. And no doubt Jesus felt that loss deeply. It was the severing of a link that had been present through all of eternity past. However, Christ would not have been taken by surprise at this, and he would have understood. So this is more than just a question. These words are the first line of Psalm 22. Jesus was pointing to that psalm, which includes these words, "I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax, it is melted within my breast. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death, for dogs encompass me, and a company of evildoers encircles me. They have pierced my hands and feet. I can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots." Friends, this is a detailed description of what is happening to Jesus in that exact place at that exact moment. The disjointed shoulders, the horrible thirst, the nails, the mockery, all of it, right down to the gambling for his clothing. Christ is referencing a psalm written hundreds of years prior, a psalm which recounts in detail his own crucifixion. When that psalm was written, crucifixion hadn't even been invented yet. What an amazing God we serve. And may he bless you all.